First and foremost, I'd like to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahawashi, Bashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone that rule well, and a sincere salutation to you Akim and you Aquat that believe in all sincerity. So as you see here, King Charles III and Queen Camilla are crowned in elaborate ceremony. It says, King Charles III and Camilla, the Queen consort, were officially crowned King and Queen during the coronation ceremony Saturday at Westminster Abbey. The first coronation there since that of Charles' mother, Queen Elizabeth II, back in 1953. Okay. So as you see, Esau at the height of his rulership. Okay. But the real King of Kings, Lord of Lords is on his way to take these devils out of power. And I saw this and, thought to do a video on it, Lord willing to be edifying. It says massive crowds lined the royals' route to and from the ceremony over the course of several hours. Charles and Camilla began their procession toward the coronation from Buckingham Palace through central London in a golden carriage led by 8 horses. About 200 members of the British military were mounted on horses as part of the procession, largely drawn from what's known as the Household Cavalry Regiment. On either side of the route to Westminster Abbey were around 1,000 other soldiers, sailors, and Royal Air Force personnel. Okay? So people were lined up to see these royals, so to speak, be crowned. Okay? And they went to the coronation in a golden carriage led by 8 horses. So, the earth is truly given into the hand of the wicked. When you really go into what these, devils have done, okay, it'll make you sick. Okay, about 200 members, this disembarked from their 3-ton carriage. They disembarked from their 3-ton carriage at the great west door of Westminster Abbey, flanked by church officials and followed by a retinue of support staff dressed in red uniforms. While bells rang outside, trumpets and singing filled the inside of the abbey to mark their procession through the nave and past a large choir before taking their seats at the start of the formal ceremony. In his first spoken part of the ceremony, Charles said that he has come to serve, not to be served, and to follow the example of the King of Kings. So they want to be like Yahawashi. Okay, Yahawashi served, man. Okay. And he's the true King of Kings, Lord of Lords. Okay, so they're basically, being blasphemous. After being presented to the audience and repeatedly proclaimed as king, Charles swore a series of oaths that relate to his responsibilities in this new role. He's wearing purple. You see, these devils know about rulership. They know about royalty. Okay. In his address to the congregation, the most senior clergyman in Britain, Archbishop of Canterbury, Justin Welby, told those that there and those watching on television at home that we are here to crown a king, and we crown a king to serve. See, they're trying to serve Prince Charles. You see, as you see, these devils, they don't know about the Most High and his only begotten Son. They're here to serve a king. Welby later blessed oil that would be used to formally anoint Charles. As the choir sang again, Charles removed several layers of his robes and entered behind a screen where he was anointed by the oil, hidden from public view but close to the altar. Over the course of several minutes, Charles was presented with several symbolic items, including swords and spurs, many centuries old, ahead of his crowning. See, Esau was blessed with a sword. The heavy crown was placed on Charles' head as he held 2 golden rods, one in each hand. As he sat silently upon a 7-year-old wooden throne, Archbishop Welby shouted, "God save the king." And those gathered responded in kind before thundering trumpet fanfare. See? The most senior members of Britain's clergy and Charles' son, Prince William, pledged allegiance to the king before the audience replied with, "May the king live forever." Camilla was crowned as queen shortly after and sat alongside her husband in identical chairs as the choir began to sing. A light rain had been falling over the course of the morning as thousands of people lined up along the procession route, many of them carrying British flags as they cheered and sang before Charles passed in the ornate carriage. You could read the rest of this. Okay. This is the name of the article. Crowned in an elaborate ceremony. Let's get this. This is Revelation chapter 19. It says, the coming of Hamashiach. And I saw heaven open, and behold, a white horse, and he that sat upon him was called Faithful and True. Speaking about Yahawashi, whom the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. He's coming on a chariot. Okay. He's coming with the chariots. And he that sat upon him was called Faithful and True, and in righteousness he does judge and make war. Okay. The true King of Kings, Lord of Lords is coming, and he in righteousness judges and makes war. His eyes were as a flame of fire, and on his head were many crowns. Okay. And as King David slew Goliath, he put his crown on. So he's coming to take down many kingdoms, many kings. Okay. That's a custom. When you conquered a nation, when you conquered a people, when you conquered a king, you put his crown on. And he had a name written that no man knew but he himself. Okay. He himself has rank and authority. He has a name above all other names. Okay. When you speak of Yahawashi, you speak of the Messiah, the Holy One of Israel. Okay. He's the second command in all the universe. To him was given judgment. Okay. He has a name that no one else has. You see? And he was clothed with a vesture dipped in blood. It tells you in Isaiah, the 63rd chapter, that he treaded the winepress alone. Let's see. Isaiah 63. I have trodden the winepress alone, and of the people there was none with me, for I will tread them in mine anger and trample them in my fury, and their blood shall be sprinkled upon my garments. In judgment, in true judgment and righteousness will Yahweh Bashim Yashai come to judge not only those that know their Israel, the Israelites, but also these other nations. Okay. He's going to trample them in his fury, tread them in his anger, trample them in his fury, and their blood shall be sprinkled upon my garments. I will stain all my raiment. You see, for those of you who think that the Messiah is coming in peace, okay? And he was clothed with a vesture dipped in blood. He's coming to judge, to make war. Okay? And his name is called the Word of the Most High. Right. He came to do the will of his Father. He did not speak his own, but what his Father showed him to speak. He was the Word incarnate. And the armies which were in heaven followed him upon white horses. Okay? The angels are coming in the chariots, the so-called UFOs, clothed in fine linen, white and clean. Okay? Pure judgment, pure righteousness and holiness. And out of his mouth goeth a sharp sword, that with it he should smite the nations. And it speaks about a sword going out of his mouth in the book of 2nd Ezra, the 13th chapter. That chariot that was so big that, it had no beginning, it had no end. All knees shall bow to him. Okay? All the kindreds of the earth shall wail because of him. Okay, when he comes. Okay? You see these people are over here pledging allegiance to this decrepit old devil. Archbishop Welby shouted, God save the king. And those gathered responded in kind before thundering trumpet fair. Out of his mouth goeth a sharp sword, that which he should smite the nations, and he shall rule them with the rod of iron. Okay? If this guy says that he comes to follow the example of the King of Kings, he's blaspheming. Okay? It also says here he had let's see. The heavy crown was placed on Charles' head as he held 2 golden rods, one in each hand. And out of his mouth goeth a sharp sword, that with it he should smite the nations. The Lord's coming on that fathership. And he shall rule them with a rod of iron. You see? The ultimate king is coming, man. The King of Kings, Lord of Lords, man. He's coming to rule. Okay? To smite the nations, man. Where does all this talk about all nations are going to be equal, man? Yahweh Bashem Yahawashi is going to bring salvation to the Israelites. You see? And he treadeth the winepress of the fierceness of the wrath of the almighty power. Okay? All judgment is given into him, into his hand. Okay? Scripture say he shall devour at once. And he hath on his vesture and on his thigh a name written, King of Kings and Lord of Lords. NLT, and on his robe at his thigh was written this title, King of all kings and Lord of all lords. That was ancient custom. They put the rank of their title on their thigh. Okay? And we need the Lord to come back to save us from these devils, man, that oppress us. America came out from England. You think Edomites are racist in America? Hey, dwell among these devils, man. Okay? The earth is truly given into the hand of the wicked. You see? They're the so-called royals. You know? Isaiah 49:23, and kings shall be thy nursing fathers, and their queens thy nursing mothers. This is what the scriptures say about the kings and the queens. They're going to be servants. They shall bow down to thee with their face toward the earth, and lick up the dust of thy feet, and thou shalt know that I am Yahweh, Bashem Yahawashi, for they shall not be ashamed that wait for me. Those that overcome are going to rule the nation with the rod of iron, and the kings and their queens, they're going to be nursing fathers and nursing mothers like we were in captivity. We would nurse their children. They're going to nurse our children. They're going to come and bow down. Tables are going to turn. They're going to be in confusion. Okay? Psalm 72:11. Yea, all kings shall fall down before him. All nations shall serve him. You see? All nations are going to serve Yahweh Bashem Yahawashi, man. Psalms 138:4. All the kings of the earth shall praise thee, O Yahweh, when they hear the words of thy mouth. You see, all the kings of the earth shall praise thee, O Yahweh, Bashem Yahawashi, when they hear the words of thy mouth. Yea, they shall sing in the ways of the Yahweh, for great is the glory of Yahweh, Bashem Yahawashi. Okay? They're going to sing in the ways of Yahweh. And over here, they're singing to these devils, man. Not knowing, or better yet, knowing all the wickedness that they've done. You got Africa still wanting all the damn jewels they stole, that they acquired through wicked means. See, while bells rang outside, trumpets and singing filled inside of the abbey to mark their procession. You see, yea, the kings of the earth shall praise thee, O Yahweh, Bashem Yahawashi, when they hear the words of thy mouth. Yea, they shall sing in the ways of Yahweh, for great is the glory of the Lord. The kings of these nations, they're going to worship Yahweh Bashem Yahawashi. If not, that nation shall be utterly destroyed. Thus saith the scriptures, man. Okay. Though Yahweh Bashem Yahawashi be high, yea, he hath respect unto the lowly, but the proud he knoweth the far off. You see, the Lord is with the meek, the Lord is with the lowly, the Lord is with the Israelites, but the proud he knoweth the far off, and these devils are most proud. Okay, just wanted to bring this out, Lord willing, this was edifying. The true King of Kings, Lord of Lords is on his way, Yahweh Bashem Yahawashi, and these so-called kings shall fall down before him. All nations shall serve him. Shalom.